Let's sit on our backs, please. I'm Maeve. If you're watching this back and you don't know me, knees into chest. Give yourself a little squeeze in with the arms, but then gently push the knees away. So equal opposite, drawing in, pushing away. So it becomes this gentle isometric. It's not a ton of work. It's just an awareness of energy in, energy out. Breath in, breath out. We're in a very, very deep hip flexion here. But rather than just pulling in, the action of pushing away gently kind of activates and keeps it awake. If it's okay, you'll neutralize your spine, get heavy in your tailbone. Start to gently hug your shoulders toward your hips. Keep the breath flowing. Keep the right knee and extend the left leg out. Take a breath in, and then cross the knee over to the left. Take your right arm out to the side. Come back to center, inhale. And then take this right leg on top of your left leg with your exhale. Reach the arms overhead, squeeze the legs together, and then slide your hands behind your head. Shoulders, head come up off the floor. Just take a little pause here. Shorten from belly button to pubic bone. Start to engage the glutes a little bit. Squeeze the legs as one. Get some really good dynamic energy in those legs, the brewing. I just came from acupuncture, and I don't know if any of you have ever done acupuncture. I'm a big fan, but I am like very like this right now. Like I'm like the floor. I'm just level, not physically, like visually, but like that's my energy. I'm just like flat. I'm not used to doing it first thing in the morning. It's amazing the things that change the energy in your body and in your mind and just your state of being. I promise I won't stay flat. I'll get some lumps and bumps and whatnot. Keep breathing. And then release it down. Both knees into your chest. Left knee stays in. Right leg extends. Inhale. Exhale, take the knee over to the right. Oh, I got a great crack. Come back to center and then release that left leg on top of the right leg. Stretch the arms overhead, lengthen out. Get as big in your body as you can. Slide your hands behind your head, lift your shoulders, lift your head. Isometric, just holding here, squeezing the legs together, shortening belly button to pubic bone, sternum to belly button, waking up the glutes a little bit. Last breath in, release it down, both knees draw in. My little squeeze here, and then arms out to the side. Inhale, exhale, knees over to the right. Inhale up, and then exhale toward the left without dropping them down. I should have said that in the first rep, but you get the idea. Inhale up, and then exhale, knees right. Inhale, exhale, knees left. Keep moving like this. Maybe start to extend the legs out a little bit. One more to the left. Come up through center, hands behind your head, shoulders lift up. We go side, side. Come through center, elbows and knees touch, pause, breathe. And they don't just touch, start to make that connection of pushing the elbows to the knees into the elbows. Arms and legs stretch long, inhale. Exhale, close it up. Inhale. Exhale. Last two. Release the head, pause, receive that, check in with the breath, steady, even, soft. Make your way to hands and knees. Spread your fingers, palm the ground. Inhale, heart, head, tail, rise up. Exhale, push the ground away, round the back. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going like that. Come to neutral. Roll to the left hand, left knee, right leg extends out. Just open up, easy Vashisthasana here. Good. Put some awareness in this right foot. East back one. Put a lot of awareness in that right foot. Push it down, float the left knee up. Release the knee, the shin, the foot. Come back around. Go right into the other side. First few breaths, just let it be nice and easy, finding your center. And then start to connect that left foot down. Really feeling the whole foot pressing down, the right arm, the right hand. Plug the shoulder into the back. And then lift that right knee, right shin, right foot up off the ground. And then bring your left hand around, take your right leg up and back. Open up your hip if it feels good. Take a few breaths here. Come back through center and then place your right foot forward. Get your right foot forward however you need to. If you need to put your left knee down and then step it forward, perfection. Find your way there. Back knee is down. So, not a super short stance, not a super long stance, kind of right in the middle, Bring your hands to your hips and just kind of tip them side to side. And then find that level center-ish. Back foot, push it down. Back shin energetically presses down to the ground, even if it doesn't make contact. Left arm reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, without making contact, bring that left arm outside the right knee. No contact. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bring it around. Yep. Inhale. And exhale. Keep that strong contact in the right foot at the same time. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And then exhale. Good. Gentle contact this time. Use that to open up the heart and then just sweep the right arm up. Beautiful. I don't even want to say her name, but she was just talking to me about God only knows what. Something triggers her when I'm teaching at times. I'm sure I trigger more than just ALEXA. Release your right hand down and then stretch back. Bend the right knee a little bit. That's the front one. Bend it just a little bit. Dig that right heel down and then energetically pull this right foot toward the back foot. So really kind of get a good pull back. Maybe take your hands and just tap your right hamstring. I hope it feels like it's a little bit like lit up, like you've awakened the beast. Good. Bring it forward, step back to plank, and then to down dog. Left leg stretches back. Open up your hip. Bend the knee if it feels good. Take a few breaths here. Draw the belly in. Come back around. And then place your foot forward. Anjaneyasana, generous stance, but not excessive. Hands side to side. Hands on the hips, hips side to side. Find your center. Settle. Inhale, right arm up. And then right arm outside that left side. Inhale up. And then exhale. No actual contact. You're just doing that action as if you're going to enter into that twist. And then this one, light contact. Open up the chest, take the left arm up. Front foot imprinting down, back foot pressing down, knee actively engaging into the ground. Or with the ground. Last breath in. And then bring it around, straighten the front leg, shifting back. Good. Just take a moment to get here and to be here and to kind of negotiate your space. And then put a little bend in the left knee. And then push the heel down. And then very actively draw the energy back. And then reach down and kind of tap onto that left hamstring and just see if there's anything awake and alive in there. And if there isn't, do that again. Push the heel down, bend the knee a little bit, pull the foot like you want to drag it to the back of the mat, but it's not moving on the floor at all. And then shift forward to plank. Take a breath in plank. To your belly, exhale. Bend your knees. Don't take your feet. Just bend your knees, curl your heart forward. Lift the knees up off the ground, lift the heart up. Hug the elbows in. Release the feet, tuck the toes, push up to plank, and downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look at the top of your mat. Bring your feet to your hands. Come up halfway with your inhale. And then fold down with your exhale. Rise up to stand. Inhale. And then bring your hands into your heart with your exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway inhale. Hands to the ground, step back to plank. Lower to your belly. Cobra, inhale, push the feet down. And downward facing dog, exhale. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale all your breath, and then feet up to your hands. Halfway up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. And bring your hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, bowing forward. Halfway up, inhale. To plank. Lower to chaturanga. Floor if you prefer. Rise, cobra, up dog, any back bend of your choice. And then downward facing dog with your exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway, inhale. Your path to down dog. Whole hand pressing down. Rise to your toes, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Up time, inhale, rise. And then exhale, bow forward. Offer your heart, inhale. Make your way to downward facing dog. Good. Turn your toes to the left, your heels to the right. Keep both hands down to start. Shift forward. Chest. Forward. Good. Bring your right knee, yes, your right knee to your right tricep. You can come way up onto those left toes if you want. You can put the foot down so that the inner side of the foot's down. It's a little tricky with that left hand down, I know. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then exhale, place your foot forward. Rest and inhale. And then exhale. Left arm comes around without touching. Inhale, reach back up. And then exhale, coming around without touching. Beautiful. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, bring it around, light contact, and then we open it up. Beautiful. If you want, expand the arms open. If you want to wrap this, you're welcome. Explore it, whatever feels good. Maybe the top arm goes overhead. Use the back toes from that back thigh toward the sky. Hug the right hip back gently. Pull the feet toward each other. One more inhale. Release the right hand down. Turn the back heel down. Triangle. Shin with a hand, block or floor. So if you are in wet cement and you are trying to imprint your feet down to leave your mark there, would the foot be equally represented, or would one side of the foot be heavier in the cement than another? We want full representation, darling. Pick up that bottom arm. Come around into Skandasana on the right leg. So you're still at the top of the mat. And then if it's okay, put a little bend in the left knee. Dig that left heel in and pull the heel toward your right foot. And then if you want, reach down and check out what, oh my goodness, those amazing muscles in your left hamstring. What? Yeah, go ahead, feel them. And then bring your hands around. Turn onto the pinky side of your left foot and then take your right foot back. Keep both hands down. Push into this right foot, bring the left knee to your left tricep, your elbow. Inhale up and back. And then exhale, left foot forward. Crescent, inhale. Exhale, twist without touching the arm. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist, no contact. Inhale, it's like a COVID twist, no contact. Exhale. This time you can take the contact and then open up. Broken record, I know. Push your feet down, energetically pull them toward each other. When we do that, we start to set and right the pelvis on its own so that we don't have to focus so much on driving the right thigh up, pulling the left hip back. It's sort of like a natural connection into stabilization. Last inhale. Release the left hand down, root the right heel, opening up triangle. Transition however you need to. And I know opening from the bottom up can sometimes feel a little tricky because we've gotten programmed into being here and coming into the pose that way. I designed that I'm asking you to enter in a different way. Can we find those familiar shapes from a different navigation? That's all I want is your love. You're back in that cement. You haven't left the cement, honestly. You're going to come into Skandasana on this left leg. And then we're going to do the same thing. You're going to bend the right knee a little bit. Push the heel down and imagine you could pull it to your left foot. And then reach down and just kind of feel your hamstring. You can be impressed by yourself. It's okay. Right side, your side, left side, right side, east side, north side, south side, west side. Trying to get you on my side. One more inhale. Release your hands down. Step back to plank and pause. Turn your heels to the right, toes to the left. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Take your left arm up. Open it up. And then maybe kick that right leg out to the left. Maybe find your foot. I know you can't really see me so great, but I've got my foot. Good. And then three-legged dog, up and back. Place your foot forward. Back foot pops up just a little bit to come in a little closer to that front leg, and then melt over the right leg. Lift up the back heel. Take off half moon. Use a block under the right hand. I just forgot to get mine out. Otherwise, I would be using it for sure. Maybe float the right hand if you don't feel like you need the hand on the ground and you want a little extra sort of stability work. And start to bend the right knee. Lean forward, stretch the left leg back. Come into goddess. Find your very, very, very deepest goddess and just know that you're not going to stay there. Go as deeply as you can, like really drop down, and then lift a half an inch. Pull your feet toward each other, take both arms straight up if they're not already there. Rise up, square off your feet, Prasarita, Padottanasana. Release down, head, hands. As always, if you feel very comfortable in a headstand here, you are welcome to go up. Here are some simple guidelines if you're going into a headstand. It's a tripod headstand. There should be equal distance or something like that between each of the hand to the head, the other hand to the head. The thumbs draw toward each other. This is the same even if you're not going into headstand. So this arm feeling is similar for both, which is why this is a nice little lead in. So I'm not going to headstand today, but it's going to be the same arms. Thumbs gently draw toward each other. Elbows gently hug in. Shoulders pull toward the hips so that the lats start to work a little more to get some engagement upper body to lower body. And if you wanted to take that transition into headstand, you kind of shift your weight, you can lift your heels and then straddle your legs up. I am choosing to not go today. If you are in a headstand with tons of control, straddle back down, and then we'll all lengthen halfway up. Bring your hands around. Step to plank. Take your right foot in front of your left foot. Take the left knee into your left elbow, and then take your right arm up. Yeah! And then maybe kick that leg out. Maybe find the foot. Now you can see, right? I should have started on this side. Three-legged dog, up and back. And then exhale, place your foot forward. And then just pop the back foot in a smidge closer and a little wider. That's how I like it. And then just pause here. And then what can you awaken here? Your feet, maybe, the arches of the feet, the inner outer leg drawing upward toward the hips. And when I give those kind of cues, do you focus only on the front leg or did you include the back leg in that? Pick up that back heel, taking off into half moon. Good. Start to bend the front leg, lean into it, and then stretch the right leg back. Into goddess. Arms up. Find your deepest pose, and then lift a half an inch. Pull the feet toward each other. Rise up, square off your feet. Come forward. This time, if it's okay, first two fingers, thumbs, wrap the big toes. Inhale, pull forward with a heart. And then exhale, bowing down, releasing the crown of the head in the direction of the floor. Elbows go wide. Use this toe lock to create energy through the arms, through the shoulder girdle. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Bring your hands around. Step back. This time chaturanga or any version of something that gets you to down dog, including just straight to down dog. Take a pause here, breathe. Inhale high to toes. Bend your knees, stretch back. Look where you're going. Feet come toward your hands. They may never come between your hands, and that's not the end of the world. Inhale, pull forward, and then fold. Rise up to stand. Inhale, and then bring your hands into your heart. Right knee lifts up. Take the knee or take the foot, big toe. It's going to turn toward you. Notice that I took the foot, my knee went out to the side, totally fine. Maybe you start to push the foot forward. It doesn't have to be pretty. Maybe you start to pull that knee in and start to straighten things out. My point is that you can take the foot and it doesn't have to look like you are a ballerina. Unless you are a ballerina, and then it better look like you're a ballerina, right? I'm kidding, but you see what I'm saying? You don't have to be something that you're not. So it just has to be exactly what I said. Take the big toe, right? That's what I said, or the knee. Doesn't have to be pretty. Now see if you can draw the shoulder back, whether you have the knee or the foot. Can you stand a little straighter and stronger on the left leg? With an inhale, open out to the right. Good. Now, whether you have the foot or the knee, you're going to bend your knee. You're going to pull the knee up, 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 up. So we're getting that deep hip flexion. Beautiful. Yes, indeedy. Really good. Really good. And then maybe start to push away a little bit. Good. And then come around to center. I know I'm on the same side as you. I'm not mirroring you. So it's right foot forward. And then reach your left hand toward your right foot, but without touching it. Bye. Exactly. Come up to stand, release the leg. Release the arms. Pause. Left knee comes up. Take the knee. Maybe take the big toe. So not pretty, right? Not pretty. Just got my foot, that's all. And then maybe start to push away. There's nothing wrong with it being pretty, by the way. So if you feel pretty, embrace it. And then leg is going to go out to the side. Yep. Yes. And then start to bend the knee. Good. If you have the knee, you're still pulling up. Definitely not my prettiest. Proudly not pretty. Which then makes it pretty. And then maybe start to push away. Bring it around. No touchy touchy, twisty twisty. No touch, no touch, no touch, just twist. Rise up, release the leg. Bring your hands into your heart. Beautiful. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway inhale, chaturanga, or not. I hope you know by now that's just the easy thing to say instead of saying the whole speech, but you find your way to down dog however you need to. Lift your heels up, turn them to the right. Right knee to right elbow, left arm lifts up, and then kick that right foot forward if you want. Maybe start to take that leg up overhead. Woo. And then three-legged dog up and back. Right foot steps forward. Pop the back foot in a little bit, take it out to the left. Pull the heart forward. Come onto your fingertips. Maybe onto blocks, left hand, anywhere you want to start to find this twist. Revolve triangle. But I cued you into a little shorter stance in this pose. If you like a longer stance, go for it. Beautiful. Good. Good. So listen, just float your left hand up off the ground. Stay in the twist. So good. And then bend the front leg. Revolved half moon. I love a block in this pose. Now I'm really mad at myself for not getting those blocks out. Not mad, but regretful, perhaps. And then Malasana. Bring the left foot forward. Sink down, lift up. One more inhale. Forward fold. Keep your feet wide, please. Start to draw your shoulders inside of your knees. You don't have to go anywhere but here in a forward fold. If you want, hands come to your heels. I like to take that sort of webbing between my thumb and my index finger and put it right onto my Achilles tendon, and then like put my thumb on the underside of my inner ankle, my index finger on the underside of my outer ankle, and kind of, that feels a little bit like a massage to me. Use that to start to pull the shoulders inside. And then maybe start to bend the knees. And then maybe slide the hands to the ground behind your feet. And then just start to take your heart and your gaze forward. And then maybe your feet float up. You don't have to do anything other than that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then bring your feet back down if they came up. Bring your hands around, chaturanga, or back to down dog, however you want. And then heels lift up, turn the toes to the right, heels to the left knee to your left elbow, right hand to the sky. Maybe take that foot and maybe open up. Honestly, the whole thing is one giant maybe, right? And then all the way up and back, three-legged dog. And then exhale, place your foot forward. Right foot, I like to take it a little to the right and a little closer in. Pull the spine forward, come up onto the fingertips. And then just decide where you want that right hand to be. You can change your mind. And then we twist and open up. And then press into the feet even more. Just notice this transition. Use your belly. It's going to lift until that right hand is off the ground. Stay in the twist. Can you open up even maybe a little more? And then come onto the back toes, lift that heel, revolved half moon. Stay in your breath. And then Malasana. You don't have to turn, I'm just turning so I can see ya. Good. So this is that really deep hip flexion if you haven't noticed. So nice. Keep your feet wide, release your hands down. Just stay here in the forward fold. You don't have to do anything unless you want. You'll come for a little ride with me. And do that same thing, bringing this, I'm saying this from a mile away, but this sort of webbing here, behind the Achilles. And you kind of catch the underside of the ankle, the inside and the outside. And that gives you some leverage to start to work the shoulders inside. And then maybe walk the feet in toward each other a little more. And then from here, to go a little deeper, slide your hands to your calves
And then do the same little wriggle. And then maybe slide your hands to your upper calves toward your knees and do that same little wriggle. And then release your hands down. I'm eating my necklace. And then maybe just kind of shift hamstrings into elbows. And then perhaps you start to extend those legs out. Titibhasana. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then from there, I'm pointing in the wrong direction. You can bring the legs around. I'm going to kick the wall. Come to crow if you want, or just bring the feet back down. And then take it back however you want into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Padahastasana, if it feels good, whole hand goes under your foot. Foot on your palm. Drop your head down. We're all so very different, not just in our choice of poses, but just in general, right? Like what I love to eat may not be what you love to eat. The poses are very much the same. I love this pose. It feels so good on my body. If it doesn't feel good on your body, please don't suffer. Please don't suffer. But taste it every so often, because even if it doesn't feel good to you now, it might at some point in time. It's like how I felt about olives. I despised them growing up, but I kept tasting them just in case, like as I got older. And then all of a sudden I loved them. And then I couldn't get enough of them. Good. Pull the heart forward. Release the hands. Keep the feet straight ahead for the most part. Get them nice and wide. And then drop your hips and pull your heart forward. Bring your elbows to your knees. And you're going to brace here. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can actually really get a glimpse of what this looks like. So thigh bones, if you can, parallel to the ground. Forearms parallel to the ground. So you get the straight line from your fingers through your forearm, through your thigh, into the sitting bones. And then you're bracing the shoulders toward the hips. And your weight is balanced in your feet. So you don't have to shift completely into the heels. Keep the toes down and heavy. And then just gently pulling the belly up off the ground. Off the thighs. Good. Take the hands down. Find plank. Engage the glutes. Now, stay there. Open up the front of the hips. So you were just in a pretty good flexion in those hips. Now you're neutral. You're neutral in the hips. Yes. Open up the front of the hips. Engage the glutes. Let that almost feel like a stretch from where you just were. Use your booty. Good. Turn your heels to the left, toes to the right. Hold and breathe. Back to center, strong. Toes left, heels right. Center, down dog. Right foot forward, left knee down. Shift back. Good. Rise up. Good. I'm going to inch my right foot forward just a little bit more. Good. So that I feel centered. And of course, if this is a lot on your knee, pat it or just stay in half splits without any massive changes, wherever you feel comfortable. You're going to drop your left hand back behind you. Showing from your belly button to your pubic bone. So channel a little bit of plank from your left knee to your head, maybe even to the top arm. And then maybe just lean back. maybe your left hand finds your left heel. And maybe point the right toes and kind of push the toes down. Get a big stretch down the front of that front right shin. Rise up. Sink back. Thumb forward. Step back, vinyasa or straight to down dog. On the left side, we're going to bring that foot forward. Put the right knee down. Shift back. And then start to rise up. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to push that left foot a little bit more forward. Right toes can be tucked or right toes can be pointed. Work this right hip. Really strong from your knee through your spine. Maybe reach that right arm up. Sorry, left arm up. Right hand back. I'll get there eventually. And then slowly, using this back foot to kind of catch you. So like my foot is doing a lot of work right there. Maybe you start to lean back and reach for the heel. Maybe you don't. And maybe you point the front toe. And then rise up. And then sink back. And then come around. Step to plank. Vinyasa or not. Good. Little pause. Single leg pigeon, right leg forward. Good. If it's okay, walk your hands over to the right. Push your left leg down, left foot down. Beautiful. Come back through center. About 5 more breaths here. Either release down, or if you want, you can bend the back leg if you didn't get enough back bends. Your path to down dog. And then left leg forward for pigeon. What can you wake up here? Can you energize? It's okay, walk over to the left with your hands. And then back through center. Last 5-ish breaths, yours to do with the pose as you want. So maybe you want that release down. Maybe you want a little more back bend. And then your path to down dog. Stay in down dog, take a child's pose, or bring both knees to the ground. Just one last back bend. Ustrasana. Heart to sky. Feet active. Breath gentle. Rise, inhale. And then exhale, release. Good. Legs out wide. Good. Okay. Push your heels down, bend the knees a little bit. Drag the heels in toward you. So that's like the exaggerated version, but it's that sense of pulling in, reach down, check those hammies. Yep, they're there. And then keep some awareness in the hamstrings. So you're not just asking them to crazy lengthen. We're keeping them a little active. We're asking them to do a little work in their lengthened position. And then when you've kind of found like where you feel centered and where you feel like you're not just collapsing, you're not holding on to the edge of the cliff, you're not also like just resisting back, like you're giving yourself some freedom to move forward, then in that place, soften a little bit. Your gaze, your face, your muscles, just a smidge. Doesn't mean your legs aren't working, they still are. Doesn't mean your center's not working, it still is. And then just see if in that relaxation you go a little deeper, and then wake back up a little bit. Draw the shoulders toward the hips. Dig the heels back down again. Take a breath in. Use this exhale to just soften a bit more. And then reconnect. Shoulders gently toward the hips. Pressing the backs of the legs down toward the ground. And just do that a few more times on your own so that when you exhale, you relax a little, and as you inhale, you just reactivate, check in. And you'll use your next inhale to rise back up. Beautiful. And then if you would like to lie down for Shavasana, go for it. I'm going to sit and finish in meditation here. It's your call. Whatever feels good. Allow your eyes to soften. Release your breath.
Just trace the breath as it enters and exits your body. You don't need to change it. Notice the heaviest points of your body into the ground. And notice what feels light and easy. Those may not be mutually exclusive. And then if you are lying down in Shavasana, you are going to gently, very kindly, and with grace make your way to sitting. Once seated, hands to heart, bow your mind to your heart. Honor yourself in this moment for being here, for bringing yoga into your world, into your life. Rise, inhaling, let your eyes open gently. You are done. Happy Friday. Have a beautiful weekend.